What's up, guys? Welcome to Bro Beats. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make full interesting melodies, and I'm going to be going step by step and showing you every little detail. All right, so if you're having beat block or anything with melodies and you just can't think of anything, this will help you, because I don't even have beat block anymore really as far as like making melodies, because with this method or just this way that I'm going to show you, it's going to really make it very technical. All right, so we can just go ahead and get started. Now this video will be a lot more edited, just so it's a lot more clean cut and there's not a lot of crap filling in the spaces, right? So I just want the important information, but I am going to show everything with the melody. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to come in here. Well, actually, let's just get a scale. We can just use a C minor. Okay, so we're going to get our piano or VST. Now I do suggest you follow along, just because it's going to be easier for you to actually learn how to do this and make these melodies if you follow along and make your own melody. But however you want to learn, that's up to you. So first thing that you want to do, all right, is start with your bass line. All right, and the reason for that is because the bass is pretty much the most important part in a beat, especially nowadays. So make sure your bass line or your bass melody is what you want it to be and it sounds good. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna just start on the root. All right, and that's good enough for this video. Okay, we can just do that, and we can copy that over twice. So that is the first part. Okay, so now that we've done the bass line, we're gonna do the chords. Now, let me zoom in. Actually, I want you to be able to see everything. Okay, so with this, you could come over here and do all this stuff. All you have to do is copy this, right? And to make a chord, you just skip every other note in the scale that you are in. So for this one, the next note would be this D right here. We would skip that one, and that's how we would continue to make our chords. So pretty much all we're gonna do is just copy this whole bass line, go up. All right, and then don't worry about if it's off the scale right now. Okay, we're just gonna keep going, skip this one, go up. Now we adjust. So I usually just put everything up. Depending on how you want it to sound, you can put it down or up, but this should be good, and we can play that. Okay, but we're not done. Okay, so what we want to do is take this, well actually let's take this bass line. This will be easier to do. Copy it, control down. Okay, that's going to put it down an octave, and then control A to select everything, and then press control up. All right, and now we have our bass line and our chords, and I'll play that. All right, so the next step would be making a fourth note. All right, so we have our chords and our bass line, and we create our chords from our bass line. Okay, so to add our fourth note, we're just gonna skip every other note in this scale. So the G here, we're gonna skip the G sharp and go to the A sharp. And I'll highlight it so you can see. And then from this D sharp, I'm gonna skip that one, go to this one. Same thing here, skip that one, go to the next one. Okay, and now we have our fourth notes. Now I'm gonna highlight these. And what I like to do is pull it back. We can go like a half step, maybe something like that. Okay, now you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do this. It's just something I like to do to create, make it sound a little bit more realistic in the long run. So I'll play this. Okay, so now we're gonna do the melody part. Now, if you are having trouble with melodies and making melodies in general, or if you have trouble with this part, I will have a second part to this video where I only make the melody with support notes. All right, so just be on the lookout for that. But just for this video, how I would go about making the melody from here, say you're really lost, you don't know, just take these chords that you made. All right, copy them, shift and drag it, control up. You can do it once or twice, like this, and this will give you the notes that will sound good as a melody. All right, so as a placement for a melody, I usually start like somewhere here. Okay, like around this area. I don't really start on the beginning. I usually just start here. So let's just use this G since it's right here. And we can just look down, G sharp. And then what else? Let's use the A sharp down there, and let's actually go up. So let's play that. Let's pull it up in octave. Okay, let's play this. Okay, so I like that. So now let's drag it over, and then you can really just copy it, but I'm gonna just pull it right here just so it has some variation, and then we can move this up. Now all of this that I'm doing right now, you do not have to do. You can pretty much just copy it. All right. But if you want a little bit of variation, because that little bit of variation goes a long way, you can do it like this. And the reason I'm putting it here on the grid is because it's going to offset with this chord. Okay. And you see it creates a little bit more bounce right in the melody. So that's why I'm doing that. So now let's copy this over. Okay. And then let's just pull these down. Control down. And there we have it. We have our melody. Okay, so now we're gonna do the support notes. Now this is the part where people mess up, or they put too much, or they don't do enough. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. All right. So first things first, you want to have low support notes and high support notes, meaning support notes for the melody and support notes for the bass line, or just in this area. You can see that it's very empty in these areas, right? Very empty. So I like to fill these up. Now if you're like, okay, all right, so where do I put these notes? Simple. Watch this. All you have to do is just find the bottom note, okay, and then just lead up to that note. So we can do like, let's see, we already used a D sharp right up here. We can bring it down, and we can maybe start here. Remember, start on the offset it to create bounce. All right, and then put the F there and lead up to this G right here. And it's pretty as simple as that. Now if we go up, let's actually copy this over, okay, because it's the same thing. So let me highlight these for you so you can see that. Now for our high notes, same thing. Just take the low note, and this isn't true for everything, but this is just how to start it, and just lead up. So we already used the F down here, so we can use the F up here. We just put something right there. I think that's on B, is it? Yeah, okay. And then right here, maybe something there. And these are all notes that we've used before, so I know 100% is going to sound good. I don't even have to listen to it. And then let's go back down. Okay, and then we can throw in a G sharp here just to kind of end it off. And then on this side, just same thing. And then the reason I'm not going to do any support notes on this side is because I want this part of the melody to kind of be like a repetitive part, just so the melody actually is catchy and it sticks. Because if you have too much variation, it's going to be hard to remember. Okay, so let me highlight these parts for you so you can see which parts are changed, and then I'll zoom out for you. It'll probably be really small, but it's okay. So here you go. All right, so it's a lot better now. All right, so pretty much the last step would be adding transition notes, and these are notes that people forget a lot, especially, you know, people ask me to review their stuff and feedback. People forget these notes as well. So I'm going to show you these transition notes. Now, just like the support notes, it's the same thing, except you're going to be transitioning into, let me zoom out real quick, transitioning from this part to this part. All right, and so on. So to do that, it's the same thing. We're going to go up into something, or if you want to go down into it, you can, but I think I'm going to just go upward. So we can just use the same exact notes that we started with. D sharp, shrink that down, and then put some, let me change up my timing, or my, take some here, and then just go up, and we can play that from here. See how that sounds? It sounds beautiful. So same thing, copy it over, and this is going to transition to the second part. So the last part is going to be creating variation. So how you do that, it's simple. You know, and people, they overcomplicate this part. You're just going to copy this over because we don't want to make these short melodies anymore. Okay, we want to make longer melodies, so let's copy it over just like that. And the only part we're going to focus on is the top part. All right, because this is the melody, so we want to switch the melody up just a little bit. We can move a few notes. Now if you really don't know what to do and you're really lost and you're like, okay, I don't know what notes sound good, I don't know where this is, you know, just do the same method as the support notes. All right, because that's all the variation is. It's just changing up a few notes, right? You can, instead of putting this here, you can put it there, but let's not complicate things. And I'll put that back. Okay, so to do that, we're gonna just focus on the melody part because that's the only part you need to actually worry about. So we're just gonna use the same notes. Let's just use this F. Let's play it. So I'm gonna put one right here, and I'm putting it here because it's offset instead of on the grid. On the grid sounds good, I'm sure it does, but when you offset it, it just gives it slight more bounce to the melody. All right, so I'm gonna put mine here. All right, and then let's keep going, and I'll just highlight the ones that I changed for you. All right, and for this one, let's switch it up. Let's put another one here, but slide this one over so it kind of goes down, as you see. So let's play this. All right, so I like that. So now let's go to the second part. All right, and we're not gonna do much here because remember, I want this part to be, like I said earlier, I want this part to kind of be like the repetitive part, but we can change it up a bit. We just put a few notes, and we can just put our F right here just so it goes up. So if you're doing a support notes type method, you could just make it go up into something. So let's just do that here. It's gonna go up into the G sharp. Simple as that. And you don't even have to do all of this. You can literally just put an extra note here and just leave it. All right, so these are the notes that we changed, but the only notes that we actually have that are different are these. So I'll play this. Okay, and if you want to hear it with a different, without a piano, you want to hear it with like the actual sound that you would probably use or something, then here you go. So this is like the full finished melody. We scroll out for you if it will work. This is a lot, and yes, this looks very complicated, but it's very easy if you follow this tutorial, and it most definitely will help you with beat blocks. Let's play this. And if you want to add some realism to it, you just Control A and Control R, I believe, and then you can pan it a little bit. I've been doing that lately, and then turn the velocity this way to the left, accept it, and I usually just turn it down a bit like that. And you can just add some realism if you want to use the piano, but I'll play it one more time. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully this will help you with beat block. It has helped me. I haven't had beat block in a very long time after kind of figuring this out and just making it very technical. So you stop thinking about the kind of being, what is the word, intuitive, right? You being very technical and logical about it. So you don't really have to think too much. You could just be like, here's my bass notes. All right, all I gotta do is make a chord from this bass note. All right, fourth note, melody, boom, I'm done. Simple. But yeah, there's timestamps down below, so if you want to come back, you can, and I'm going to edit it so that it's clean for you to look at and everything. So yeah, hopefully you like this video. Hopefully it helped. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.